entering the finance and accounting profession, how do they get their training in XBRL? How are they typically like exposed to XBRL in the first place?
So a number of universities have courses in XBRL, and typically we've seen that really in the finance space. So finance professors have been using XBRL, and they've tried to combine that with things like, software development and say like writing Python and stuff like that to be able to pull data from the SEC. So that's primarily where the universities have been using it. And then academics have also been using it for research. So typically today, most of the effort in academic is probably going to be probably students doing masters or doctorates, and they're going to be getting exposed to XBRL. In mainline courses, some schools are teaching XBRL as a number of courses through that academic pathway. Although not all schools are doing that as part of as a core accounting curriculum. So we've worked with the AICPA to provide courses as well, so that you can come and do basically a fundamental course through the AICPA. And XBRL International, we'll talk about what that is in a minute, but XBRL International also offers courses which you can go and sign up for. And then XBRL US has a number of different courses we offer as well that people can use to familiarize themselves with XBRL. And then there's a lot of that stuff is free and available for folks as well that you can read about it. XBRL as a standard has a specification which basically is documented and is publicly, as I mentioned earlier, freely available, so you can download that and you can read that. And it has something called a primer, which is basically a document which explains how things work. And so then you can, if you want to be technical about it, you can read that as well and to get a better understanding of how the specification works. Today, there are, last count, I think it's probably close to about 500,000 filings with the SEC. So there's lots of examples you can go and look at, and lots of information you can also look at. And we also on our website make something, sometimes it's better just to play with the data and use it. We have an Excel plugin that we make available. So you can go, if you use Excel, you can go and install that plugin, and then you can basically, you just have to register with us, but you can register for free, and then you can start pulling data via the API, and you can pull any data from any filings that are made with the SEC or made with the FERC, and that data is available. So it's a pretty easy plugin, so you can start to play with the data and see how to use it. You can do a lot more complicated stuff if you want, but obviously that's up to you. But probably one of the better ways to try and start to familiarize yourself with it is to play with the data. And if you want to see how companies are using it, you can also go and look at their filings with the SEC. They're all freely available.